these. Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
My name is Keefer, and I'm the culinary gardener for the French Laundry. Both of my grandfathers were farmers, one a berry farmer and the other a conventional farmer growing corn, wheat, and soy. So my background in farming goes back to my childhood. One of my first jobs at age 5 was picking Japanese beetles off the raspberry plants and dropping them into a cup of kerosene for a penny apiece. I'd usually work until I got enough for a candy bar. I'm a CI grad and a former chef, but now I've come full circle back to my roots. I'd like to walk you through one of my days at the French Laundry. It's another beautiful day in Napa Valley. The morning fog is protecting us from the brutal Cali heat, and the plantings are healthy and happy. First thing we do, we fulfill a harvest sheet that's left from the chefs the night before. Harvest is the most important thing we do all day, bringing in the produce at its peak so the chefs can work their magic later in the kitchen. Every day, I revamp an availability list, which has up to 300 items in the summer, and hang it from the order board. At 1 a.m., after a long day of cooking, the chefs will check out the farm list as well as all the other offerings other purveyors have sent, and they're inspired for the next day's menu. They add to the farm list all the info I'll need to bring them the next day's harvest, like what station it's going to, AM or PM crew, quantity and size, and sometimes I even get drawings of what the chef have in mind for what they need from me. And if there's any sort of issue, what I do is go in and talk to the chef who's coming up with the dish, and we work it out. After our daily TFL harvest, we move on to harvest for bouchon and ad hoc. The restaurants have very, very different styles of cooking, and each have their own personality and needs for produce, kind of like the Three Bears, as you get on the road. At 10:30 on Tuesdays, Chef de Cuisine Dave Breeden comes out, and we do a walkthrough through the farm. He gets to see what's peaking, what needs to be used, the items that are just starting to form up, but really he gets to turn words on a produce list into something he can see, taste, and be inspired by. I'm inspired by his riffs on dishes that pops out when he sees items that excite him as he's going around, like, ooh, these terms are perfect to sear off in beef fat. And he just goes off, and by the time he's done, I'm hungry. The walkthroughs are one of my favorite parts of my week, and that's when the farm-to-table ideal becomes real. The culinary gardener job is not just about growing beautiful produce and dealing with the chefs. The day involves a great deal of heavy labor, wheelbarrowing compost for hours, driving tomato stakes, doing landscaping projects, and of course weeding, and more weeding. If it's hot, I'm hot. If it's wet, I'm wet. If it's cold, I'm cold. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. I wouldn't trade it for any corner office in the world. Thomas has built a dream restaurant group to work for. The tools are made available to bring out what's inside of you. When I have a new hire, I schedule them for a day in the kitchen of the French Laundry so they can see the work involved in the heart of the company. We strive and push every day, one step forward, and this brings you way beyond the limits of what you thought you could reach. The people who are attracted to this environment are what makes TKRG so special. Altogether, we work to bring the best to our guests.
Chef, okay.
Brian, can you get
Back on 6. Thank you, Chef. Back on 6.